the sequel of body growth and the proportional changes or adaptations. Now, let's have a look at a growth curve. This is, as far as many scientists know, the first curve plotted by a human being showing the growth of a child. This was made by a French nobleman 260 years ago. He started, and he was very carefully measuring and plotting the size of his son. So you see his son was born 1759, and then he stopped, obviously, either plotting or growing at the age of about 18 years. And this is a typical structure of the growth curve, where here you see the centimeters in body height, and there you see the age. And although we say one observation in sciences is no observation, we need several observations showing always equal or similar results. We can take this single curve as really representative. So what do we see? We see that growth starts here, and in the first 2 years of life, we have the most intensive growth of our body. We all, if we are maturely born and healthy at birth, we all start with very, very similar conditions. So, whether you are born in Africa or in Japan or Middle East or in Norway or wherever, you will start with round about 50 to maximum 60 centimeters of body height, with most somewhere in between 52 and 58 centimeters. Nevertheless, whether you are female or male, we start all with more or less the same weight. So most of us are between 3,300 and 5,000 grams. So we are pretty close together at the very beginning. And now we start growing. And now we become different. The intensity of our growth can be different. There are two types. Some of them, they grow very slowly, but become quite normal body height. In others, they grow very quickly. So, the first 2 years of life, we reach about 50% of our final body height. So if you have a child of 2 years, you can measure, multiply the height by 2, and you will have a relatively precise prediction about the final body height. There's very little error, 3% error. So at our second birthday, we have reached 50% of our body height. From this birthday on, you see growth becomes reduced. The amount of growth is reduced. Look at this angle here between the slope and this ground line. And you see here you have a very wide angle there to here. it starts becoming more of use. But between about 2 years and somewhere 9, 10 years, we have quite equal amount of growing each year. So we have a very good direct proportionality. So that means we grow, on average, about 6 centimeter a year. 5 to 6 centimeter a year. Then we go through a period where the amount of annual growth, the annual growth rate, is decreasing a little. And those of you who may have children post-pubertal age, they may know what happens to the children. They become a little bit fat. They look a little bit, they get more, they grow more horizontally and vertically. Yeah? But this is indicating that they prepare. This is like if you go by airplane, this is like taxi. Yeah? You go very slow and then you speed up for takeoff. So this means they are preparing for taking off. And this is about a period of 1-2 years. And you just see that the pair of trousers they have, they don't fit anymore here at the belt, but they are long enough. And then it changes. Then, especially in boys, you realize that they ask every couple of months for new shoes. Yeah? And if they ask for new shoes because that hurts, you know now they are on the runway. Yeah? And now also, first the feet start growing and the hands. So we have another disproportional growth. And then the legs, especially in boys, you can see that they really go straight up and they become very thin. Yeah? Both sexes. Females and males, they become very thin, very tall, and they don't really look not very fitting. They are too long, too thin, and that looks kind of funny. So you see we are here, there it is this slowing down, if you want this taxi, then it goes up. Goes up very rapidly, and down, they reach puberty. And as soon as they have got the point of sexual maturity, then the amount of growth decreases. This period of peripuberal growth from the taxiing to the finish of growth is different, it's gender specifically different. It takes an average in females about 3.5, in males 5 years. So the concerning growth, puberal, peripuberal, pre and post puberal growth in males is longer than in females. And as a consequence of a longer growth period in males, males are in average taller than females. There are 2 reasons. They grow more intensively in the prepuberal spurt, and they grow for a longer period. Both factors contribute to a higher body dimension in males than in females in average. Okay, so This is the curve. You may know from orthodontics is this curve.